What if the stupid movie is made with the 10 plagues of Egypt, but they're moved to modern times of old town in the States to be called The Reaping? Let's look at it. So we start off with a picture of a burning face, which causes this guy to realize it's happened a bunch of times before, but is only now cluing in. And for some reason, this picture also makes him clue in that it was a puzzle all along. Of an anchor or a sickle or something. That's, really amazing. Then we cut to our main character played by Swankers going around a city in Chile, which, just like Slovakia and Hostel, wasn't particularly thrilled about the way it was portrayed in this movie.
They're out of it. It could be something in the air. Maybe now's a good time.
Yeah.
No, before exposing yourself to the possible contaminant in the air was probably a good time.
Guy's been dead 40 years. A month ago, the earthquake broke open his tomb.
So it's a mystery, Charlie Swank, why his body is still around, and I guess the locals think the goo on him would be good eating.
No! Don't put that in her mouth.
Trataría de impedir el milagro de Dios.
She thinks you're the devil.
Tell her I don't believe in him either.
Yeah, because that'd be extremely helpful, and of course he doesn't translate since it's just a random fact about Swank's character being stated out loud for absolutely no reason. So they go further up the tunnel and... wish they got sucked into Silent Hill. So they discover it was pollution behind this all along. Insert Captain Planet joke here. Hurt.
In this case, ethanol and methanol mixed with the aromatic compound DMSO and benzene seeped out after an earthquake, running off into the sewer system below the monastery. The fumes of which has the dual effect of preserving human tissue and, if inhaled, creating intense hallucinatory effects. And you've got yourself a miracle.
Glad they had the amazingness of Swank's character to go further up the tunnel to disprove that miracle, but boy, they must have coated that body really well 40 years ago to preserve it so well.
This puts me at 48 miraculous occurrences I've investigated, with 48 scientific explanations. Go Tigers!
They need a miracle.
Michael, it's been a long time.
It's nice to hear your voice.
What's going on?
I know how hard it is for you to talk to me. To remember that reducing relationships to anonymous electronic impulses is a perversion.
So Father Website Doctor tells Swank about her face burning in his pictures. She doesn't like talking to Father Website Doctor because Swank was once an ordained minister, and after doing some missionary work together 5 years ago, the locals sacrificed her family after they blamed them for their drought. Of course they didn't blame Swank or Father Website Doctor, just her family. And that caused her to completely change gears and pursue a career in debunking miracles. Well, that seems like an awfully spiteful reaction, doesn't it? And who would she be trying to spite with that? God. But she's off to prove that there is no God. I can see there's going to be a lot of sense in this movie.
Catherine, this is Doug.
Doug.
Water? Kinda went red on it. Dark red.
Like blood.
That's what it looked like. They kinda put me in charge of finding out. I teach science and math, grade 3.
So this British guy moved to a really remote town in the US to teach third grade science? Kinda weird. And blood rivers. It's kinda weird too, I guess.
Could give you 100 reasons why your river's turned red.
Swank doesn't seem that interested in this either, until he tells her.
They're blaming it on a little girl. She found her brother dead right on the river the day it turned red.
Have they considered poisoning by the same thing that's in the river?
They think she killed him.
So because she used to have a little girl, she takes the case. I don't know how that makes sense. And I don't know why she needs that extra motivation to drive to a town that supposedly is a red river. That seems like it'd be interesting enough on its own. Not as cool as flying to Chile to walk further up a tunnel, though, I guess.
Yeah, still no service?
Me either. Weird, because I haven't gone anywhere. And guess what? This has no effect on the movie's plot whatsoever, so I guess I just wanted to throw this cliche in for fun.
Is it blood?
Well, if it was, you should probably be able to tell from the smell. Also, it doesn't look nearly thick enough or dark enough to be blood. I'm sure with these reasons that can't actually be blood, that's not going to turn out to be blood later. Ha ha ha. If anything, I think the Kool-Aid Man just had a bit too much fun in this river. Oh yeah! Yes, that picture of a snake will help with... Anyway, little girl being blamed for the Red River pops out and gives Swank random disjoint memories. Thanks, that helps a lot. Okay, they said it'd be raining cats and dogs, but frogs? This is just ridiculous.
What do you think?
It's, probably Pfisteria.
Excuse me?
Oh, it's a microorganism which gets lethal under the right conditions. Toxins bloom, fish die, your river turns red.
Pfisteria kills the fish, yes. Turns the river red? No. You aren't very good at the Swank.
You meant the scenery.
Yeah, why would you be asking me about what you brought me here to find out? How silly! So since there's no hotel in this awesome town, they have to stay with the British guy.
I've been trying to restore it since my granddad gave it to me.
Of course, the British guy was born and raised here. Should have known.
Well, I hope you like fish.
Well, where exactly did you get the fish?
Grocery store. So I guess it's safe to say you're a church-going man.
10 years every Sunday.
How's that fit with disproven miracles?
You know, it's easy to lose faith. I mean, look at Catherine. If an ordained minister can turn her back on God, then what hope is there for the rest of us, right?
You know, there's not a good answer for that, so I'm just going to go into a ramble here and sidetrack the question.
First wave's done. Hope everybody's hungry.
Amen to that, because I'm starving. The maggots and the flies, I mean, where they come from so fast?
Catherine, do you still think this is, what do you call it?
Pfisteria. It makes the most sense.
Okay, I think when you get flies and maggots on your fish in less than 5 seconds, there's some kind of supernatural force going on here. Not to mention magic flies has nothing to do with Pfisteria.
Yeah, the farm's just up here.
Wow, are they seriously trying to do Jaws with a bowl here?
Doug.
Yep, they are.
At milking this morning, some didn't want to give. Now most of them can't even stand.
This is getting a little hard to ignore, Catherine.
The Bible says that God sent the plagues as warnings to the Pharaoh to let his people go. What is he supposed to be saying here?
I don't know, but what I do know is that we are witnessing biblical events.
What do you mean, biblical? Fire and brimstone coming down from the skies. Rivers and seas boiling.
40 years of darkness, earthquakes, volcanoes.
The dead rising from the grave. Human sacrifice, dogs and cats living together. Mass hysteria.
Well, that one can be explained scientifically by the fact that he was responsible for fear.com.com. Since she didn't even see that, I guess the ghost of her husband really did come to tell her her own name. What was that? Again, why? Totally pointless. She didn't even see it. So Catherine and Doug share their common interest of having dead families, which turns them on, apparently. And the weird girl likes to watch. Oh wait, it's just a dream. But when it turns out Catherine is making blood eggs, Lauren shows up again, and listen to how desperate she is to catch up to her.
Lauren! Wait,
I care so much. And then she falls into a flashback about the village where her family died.
I'm so lucky.
How come?
Because, silly, God gave me you.
Oh, of course, she's just having a dream inside 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 a .com. Then she sees her feet are still sandy from her multi-layered dream sequence. Guess she'll think of an explanation for that one later. So she decides to go to Lauren's house, and she decides to be really helpful by standing there staring evilly.
Hey, Lauren. Do you know what's wrong with the river?
Lauren!
Boy, I really need to learn to control my dream sequences.
Are you gonna kill my baby girl?
What? No.
Why not?
They really just have a special mother-daughter relationship, as you can see. Aww, isn't that precious? Biting her. This doesn't smell bad while you drive by.
This just came through.
It's human blood. The whole damn river.
Oh, apparently he watched the Ring tape, or went on fear.com.com, so Swanktherin calls up Father Website Doctor for some more info.
The firstborn are branded and left unharmed, but all of the secondborn thereafter are to be sacrificed.
This little girl, Lauren, she's a second-born, and if she is a part of this cult, then why hasn't she been sacrificed yet?
For all their sacrifice, they shall reap a perfect child.
A secondborn who, upon coming into adulthood,
Shall be reborn with the eyes of Satan. God shall send forth an angel to destroy them. Perhaps this angel is you.
I don't think so.
You must destroy her.
If you're wrong, an innocent child dies.
And if I'm right, many more will die.
His pics start burning again for no real reason, as he's already given the information, and Catherine is so concerned about her friend she doesn't bother to call anyone else around him, so he burns to death. And it really doesn't make a difference plot-wise.
I'd like to say I can feel your pain, but I can't. I can't feel anything. I've been deprived of that somehow.
Oh well, I'm sure his spirit's moved on to a better website.
My part's done.
Oh, no, please don't. Yes, I'll sure miss that crazy woman who asked strangers to murder her daughter. Anyway, time for the Locust flag.
What are you gonna do, Dad?
I'm gonna do what we come out here to do, boy.
I got it.
So the Locusts attack everyone, which isn't going to make sense in a bit here. Ben finds a bunch of bodies of secondborns, and then suddenly he's dead. That was rather anticlimactic. She goes off to confront Lauren, but she makes it dark and has lightning strike things. For fun, I guess.
Just be still.
I'm so lucky.
Why?
'Cause, silly,
God gave me you.
God gave me you.
So now Lauren decides to show Swank the whole story.
At the height of their power, God shall send forth an angel to destroy them.
Since Lauren is the angel, did it make sense for the Locusts to attack Ben and Catherine? No, not at all! So she could have just given Catherine the full story back at the Blood Lake, but that would have made too much sense.
You killed Ben. So I would blame her.
I gotta find another way out of here.
Ah, so that's why his death was so weak, so it could be a rather pointless misleading that would last for all 2 minutes.
The whole of Haven used to pray to God on this spot. You know how he answered their prayers? With floods and devastation. He abandoned them, so they abandoned God. My family introduced them to the true Lord. A powerful Lord who hears his people's prayers.
So all it took was a few bad seasons and everyone in this town got on board with killing their second born. Yup! I thought of moving from town, but that was crazy talk when I realized I could kill my second kid. All I have to do is convince the whole town to get out on this plan. That should be simple.
You were ordained, and you turned your back on God just like we did. That's why we chose you. Only a servant of God can kill his angel.
So the whole town is in on this, so them acting really confused over what's going on makes absolutely no sense unless it's around Catherine to try and fool her into killing Lauren, but of course they are constantly doing this when she isn't around too, so it's just more bad writing. And who killed website doctor and why? He wasn't even giving correct information!
There's still that last plague, Doug. The death of the firstborn. You come from a long line of only children. You all do.
Yup, it's all very convenient.
Now you tell her to stop!
Oh no, not Catherine. Oh yay, Catherine survived. Big surprise.
Everything's gonna be okay. I promise. It's just the two of us now.
What about the boy?
What boy?
The boy inside you. Your baby. I can hear him. We'll have to take care of him too.
Of course, this is the actual demon child, which was conceived when she had sex with Doug in her dream inside a dream. Oh, geez, I'm glad the reaping was all just a dream, but I'll still edit up that dream sequence I just had and put it online. That way it makes sense that you just seen all that. I like this oh no look on her face. It's like, oh, I only have 9 months to do something about this. Oh, shit! Child born of a dream, huh? Was she giving birth to Titus?
I hate you.
The Reaping is just a giant plot hole plague, with everyone in it acting like twits so the movie wouldn't be over in less time than it takes flies and maggots to cover fish on a barbecue. I really don't know what they even think they're going for in this. The story seems to drive at the fact that she should have had her faith the whole time, but if she had, she would have listened to the website doctor and accidentally killed the angel earlier. And the only character who had faith the whole time got attacked like everyone else and died. The only real point of creepiness this movie has is when Lauren's giving that weird stare, and that's just kind of messed up when you find out later she's supposed to be the angel. An angel who should know it's the devil baby inside Catherine at the end, but I suppose her knowing that would again make too much sense for this movie, as stopping that child's the whole reason she was sent to Earth. The Reaping just can get anything right in any sense, and I have no idea who this movie's even supposed to appeal to. Wait a second. Aren't I a firstborn? That's right, I'm not dying at the end of this review, just like I didn't die at the end of Death Row. So I'll see you then.
I don't like this movie, he doesn't look too friendly. These monsters seem so fake, my nerves are gonna break. Phelous, don't let me down, you need to be around. Grab that running one up and blast that sing a new one. This movie, I look shitty. Phelous, oh Phelous, bring on multi-comedy. Oh Phelous, oh Phelous, and some more movies. Oh Phelous, oh Phelous, I don't care how nice you sound. Oh Phelous, oh Phelous, what's your opinion about?
Now, if you guys will excuse me, I've got some kick-ass takeover planning to do.